Live from Break Free Worldwide Headquarters in Houston, Texas. With your host, Jeremy. And B-Boy Moy.
Yo, what up? Welcome to episode number 18, Break Free Worldwide Podcast. Almost to number 20. My name is Jeremy, if you guys don't know me.
And my name is Moy.
And today we have a bunch of old guys featured on the podcast. Make some noise for HaviKORO crew.
Yeah.
My crew, our crew, our brotherhood.
All right.
All you guys look great. What's going on, fellas?
Jeremy, don't yell into the mic, bro. Hurt my ear.
Hey, I know you're excited about the anniversary, but just chill out, bro.
What's going on?
The anniversary, that's what's going on.
Oh, the one that you won't be here for, right?
Oh! Getting straight into it already. Straight into it.
Talk about that.
The one where you accepted a judging gig and you let the power of money corrupt you over brotherhood, and you are going to judge a gig somewhere else.
No, it was an honest mistake. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, you missed the last one.
There's no honesty in money.
You missed the last one. Moy's missed one. I know
Hey,
some
don't
of
bring
the
me in the
other guys-
conversation. I didn't say
I know
nothing.
some of
You
the
getting
other
that
guys
money.
have missed some
Good
too.
job.
I leave early, but that's it.
I think Zeshin was at a psych ward in Philadelphia. He missed one time too. I mean, everybody's got.
I think,
man.
I
You
think
can't-
somewhere down the line, someone has to miss one.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
make that a tradition.
There's too many of them.
Let's make it a tradition that eventually you're going to miss one.
Yeah.
And if you're not missing one, damn, you better do something with your life
I
because you
see
ain't
y'all all
got
the
nothing going
time,
on.
bro. I
You
see
better
y'all
do
all the
something.
time. I know everything about y'all. Man. What else do I need to know, bro?
How much money you making off that gig?
Oh, geez, is that the one? Is that the rack?
Hey, man, don't be putting my business out there, dog, like that.
Yo, so what's up, fellas? What's good? You know, I think a lot of people want to hear what's HaviKORO got going on. I know the anniversary is coming up, but what else? What's good? You know?
We got a lot of guys with babies, more babies.
More babies and Breakin.
More babies.
More bills and babies and Breakin.
Babies and bills.
That's
Babies and bills.
Yeah, that's the name of this
Hashtag.
podcast.
If you on-
That's what the B-boy.
If
That's
you're on
what it-
social media, hashtag.
Babies and bills, boy.
Damn. Who's the only one that doesn't have a kid in the crew? It's
But you
he's
deliver.
like- he's
the
like- he's
doctor,
like, yeah.
the smartest guy in the crew doesn't have
about
a.
bills because he's a doctor too. So he doesn't know what we're talking about right now.
Look at his laugh. Look at him smiling.
I'm ear to ear.
Hey, Josh, can we bring down Jeremy a little bit? He's staticky over here.
Hey,
My
why
jacket
don't you get off my
Dang.
case? Why don't you get off my case? Now they can't hear me, man. See,
My
now-
There you
jacket
go.
looks
You can
sick,
bring him
huh?
up a little bit. You
Man,
can
my
bring him
skin
up a
looks
little bit.
good.
Oh, your skin does look good.
Hey, for real though, what's up? What's
Put that
good?
face wash on.
That's I'm being for real. That's what's up.
We
with
see.
us.
Listen, hold on. Palmer and Beast, we see you guys every single day. You guys can talk
I
last.
don't even know why y'all came to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zeshin comes through for all the open sessions. Who's that guy? Who's the guy with the Mexican blanket on?
Hey, man, I got this in Seattle. Bummer shoe festival, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Seattle.
That's right.
Oh, shout out to Monster Energy. You were out there.
Monster Energy, yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yes, sir. That was a great trip.
Yeah, he was a photographer for the show.
Yes,
And then
sir.
who's this guy right here with the glasses?
Cheese box.
What's up, man? It's Jesse, man.
Oh, what's up, man?
Nah, dude, you know,
What's that?
try to be-
Jesse,
try to be-
original Havoc B-Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up with the glasses though?
These are safety glasses.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah.
It's about to get wild.
Yeah.
How many days since the accident has it been?
For what?
You know, you do the counter in the factory. This
Oh,
one
it's
day.
been like I think 389.
Woo! Let's give it up.
Save it first. Save
We have one up,
incidents.
but ours says like 22 days, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Reported incidents.
Yeah, reported
Give us the
incidents, so,
underground
yeah.
stuff.
And then
Stuff that gets slid under
the oldest member of the current cast,
Yeah.
Yeah, you bro.
I'm about to be 40 in
You have
May.
ankle
40 years old.
You have ankle
How long you been
Wowza.
dancing for?
You almost as old as hip hop.
About 42 years.
Who are you? Tell him who you are.
Yeah, who are you?
What do you do?
I do everything, man.
In 40 years of life, you better do everything.
What do you
Expert
need
in
done?
life.
You know what I'm saying?
book,
Since dancing since 1996.
Sixth grade.
Dang.
Oh,
Hold on. Yeah, let's start it off with that. Since Rick is in control now,
I was
we're,
thinking
we're,
that.
we're gonna do this. I want everybody to state their name, when they started dancing, when they got in HaviKORO, and then we'll take it from there.
Gang.
Yeah,
One at a time.
So started dancing in the summer of 1996. It was a crazy summer. I danced every day. Then, I started off doing freestyle dancing. Went into house because all the rest of the guys were pretty good at b-boying. So I just figured I was gonna go.
You weren't good at b-boying?
I was just too long.
You got a good Dead Man 90.
Yeah, you got some good 90s,
Yeah,
bro.
You got some
I
good
can
90s.
still
Man,
do
if y'all
that.
never seen Rick, go watch Freestyle Session 7 on the blue floor.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Killed it there.
You
Okay.
did some like jump back elbow thing to a cake kick.
Well, I drove
Against Style Element.
Against
too.
Stuntman's round.
Yeah.
That's all you need, baby, is one good round like that and your whole dancing.
Hey, but let's be
Battle
clear.
of the Year also, right? Battle of the
Yeah, I
Year.
went to
Let's be
Battle
clear.
Royale.
House dance is probably generally the better art form than breaking. Let's all be real.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Well, I was thinking in the
Can we
future, I
let
was like,
Rick talk?
if I was thinking in the future, I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna be able to last that long dancing on the floor, so I'm
You
just
were
gonna.
not thinking in the
Yeah.
You really thought that?
Yes.
Okay.
I planned my
Welcome to
I
Have
was
a Choral, ladies and gentlemen,
like, listen,
where we don't let each other talk.
when you're in the same arena as Little John, you're like, you know what? He got to be born. I'm gonna go ahead and stay up top.
Yeah. But he house danced too.
He did. He freestyled. He was doing house. But I kept it going, and then went to other styles of dance, and that's about it.
It's great.
And then
Session.
there's
Hi.
Man, Gravity said you need a hug.
shout out to Gravity TV, B-Boy Gravity tuning in.
Designated hugger.
Go, Sesh.
All right, I'm Justin. I've actually been dancing since 1999. It's been a long time.
I didn't know you've been dancing that long.
Yeah, I spent a long time being really whack.
Yeah, what took you so
Really?
long to get good?
I don't know, man. And then I got into HaviKORO in 2009. And I still wasn't really that good then.
Nah, you weren't.
But
That session with the poofy hair.
no,
Yeah, is that
not,
shit poofy? You know
Aggressive
what?
top rock session.
I remember you doing. He
Aggressive
always
top
used to
rock.
do this footwork thing to a side flip, but he can't do it no more. You can't
Hey,
do that no more, can
You
you?
used to flip?
Yeah, he used to flip,
Wow.
dude. You see what footwork does to people when you start doing
I
footwork?
saw that
All this
back
dope stuff leaves you, dude.
Yeah, you made the wrong choice, buddy.
You made the wrong choice.
Should
buddy.
have went down the power move path.
Yeah.
man.
Tell him you made the right choice. You're a doctor while these guys are still breaking.
Hey, you know what the famous
I
quote
have
is?
bigger
Gotta
plans.
spin
man.
to win.
Yeah, you ain't spinning, you ain't
You
winning.
ain't
dog.
spinning, you ain't winning, baby.
I got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, okay.
So tell us,
You're a cook too?
Like working. That's what I do.
is that it? That's your story?
That's my. What else?
Puerto Rico, Paria boy. Puerto
Huh?
Rico boy, hey.
What do I do? I break. That's like the main thing. I do a
No,
little
you
bit of
don't. You
house.
help
I do a
people.
little bit of things.
He doesn't like to admit that he's a doctor.
I am a
He
doctor.
saves
I am a
lives.
psychiatrist.
That's right. Make some noise, everybody.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joel and his 50 kids.
They just brought it.
Just walked in the building. Hashtag babies and bills.
Bills and
Babies and bills, baby.
Bills and babies.
It's perfect that you brought them.
He has a lot of free time now.
All right, and then
What's up, everybody? You already know who I am.
The break room.
I started dancing in '99, but the other day I was thinking about it. I think I'm wrong. I think it was '98.
dang.
Yeah, I think it was
It's not
98,
important.
bro.
It's not very important.
Huh?
No, it's pretty important.
No, it's pretty
Makes them older,
Yeah.
like in the scene.
Because I was
Yeah.
talking to Vamp about it, and I remember going to YA before Vamp got in his accident. That's how I figured it out.
Mhm.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
because
I'll make-
the accident was in '99.
Yeah, and so I was like, it probably was '98 where I started.
Take a seat in the front.
I think his accident was 98, but like December.
Really?
Like right at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because he woke up in
No, it was '99.
Was it?
December '99, and he woke up in the year 2000, and he was flipping out that it was the year 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Correction.
Everyone make some
Astro.
noise for Joey and young Eli. Young Eli.
Yeah. I'm well. But a little quick
King of
tidbit.
Colorado.
I'm 33 years old.
33.
I'm 33 years old, right? And this guy has been dancing for 33 years.
Oh.
How crazy is that, bro?
Joel,
How
introduce
crazy
yourself.
is that?
Introduce yourself. When
Dancing
did you
since the
start
early
dancing? When did you get in HaviKORO?
how many
And-
kids you got?
And how
Hold
many
on,
kids?
let me finish how I got into
All right,
HaviKORO.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of y'all had to battle to get into HaviKORO, but I did the right way, and you see what happens when you do things the right way. A person just excels and excels and excels, and then they just fall. Really but I remember it was me and Kurt. We battled Marlon and Boy at YA, and that's when me and Kurt got in. So.
What about how you got your name?
Kurt. Huh?
What about how you got your name, Palmer?
Yeah, how did you?
Well, let's talk about that later. Let's talk about
Okay.
Joel.
It's a long story.
That's a long story.
Yeah,
Well, actually, it's short, but it's long.
man.
Short and short.
Soft story.
It's a little bit of both.
Short and
Soft, shriveled, and short.
Soft shriveled and short story.
But that's a different story. Anyways, Joel.
They asked what's the theme of HaviKORO now. It's babies and bills, right?
What's up, everybody? Hey, can you stop talking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's his turn.
What's up, everybody? My name's Joel.
Hi, Joel.
What's going on? How you guys doing? When did I start? I started.
Damn, here we go. Let's go back.
After World War II.
Don't be lying, bro. Don't be lying.
In '94.
Damn.
Yeah, cause you've been breaking longer than me. So I'm like, don't lie, bro.
When did you have Flare 90?
I think
96,
I
96, 97, because I got it before you.
Yeah, bro.
I still don't have Flare 90.
got it when I was in 9th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's up, little Joey?
Right.
His name's Eli.
And then.
I call him little Joey.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we let Joel talk, guys,
And then-
please?
Got into HaviKORO, or it turned into HaviKORO, like in '99. So I was in Koro
So when did you get in choral then?
when I was in 9th grade. So what was that?
You
When he
know,
got Flare
what
90.
year? What
Coincidentally,
year?
when he got Flare 90.
Everybody listening and watching. Oh, okay. He got it when he was in 9th grade. That could be 3 years ago.
Yeah, before,
For all people know.
Yeah, before Koro was street style, and then some of the guys they stopped dancing, and then when I got out of that, I got into Koro.
You're so excited.
Ricky was. I'm trying to remember, dude. I have a bad memory.
Yeah.
I know. You always a video from 2 years ago.
I can know.
I can vouch for that.
What's that?
I can vouch for that. You
Okay,
got better.
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah, and that's it.
All right. Beast.
All right. This is giving me life. This is giving me life.
This is like an AA meeting, bro.
Should
Should go up. Hey, let's tailor our stories to go.
Hi, my name is Joel. Yes, I'm an alcoholic.
When's the first
I
time?
dance. I give
What's
up.
up, y'all?
When's the first time you were infected with the disease of breakdancing?
There you go.
Alright, what's up, y'all? Beast Boogie. I've been dancing since 1996.
Hey, you've been dancing for a long time too, dude.
Hey, that's why I got Flare 90 though.
Damn.
What? I'm just saying.
Y'all
I
old.
always wanted Flare 90.
Nah, yeah,
What you call it, Superman?
dancing I've been in HaviKORO for what, 5 years now? These guys.
You people name was Superman for a minute?
Yeah.
Superman?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he used to wear rock.
Alright, hold on. So
We'll get back to that.
It makes perfect sense.
hold on. My original name was Superman because I wore Superman shirts.
Yeah, you wore that shirt like
Everywhere.
everywhere
And this is
you
when they made
went.
all the different color ones, so I had all the
Nah, you had the blue one
Blue one with the red.
over and over and over again. You wore that thing.
Superman.
We didn't know your name. We would call you
Call him
Superman.
Superman.
because I had power though. That's where the name came from.
My ear.
Did you, Beast? Did you really have power?
Yeah, so
So when did you turn into the beast?
Beast, man. Beast,
Wait.
Beast. So
When did
When
you,
you hit
okay.
puberty.
what? Go ahead, what you gotta say?
I want to know when you got in HaviKORO. You told us when you started dancing.
So my original crew was Vicious Germs. I was with them from basically high school all the way until about 2010 when everybody split up, kind of went their own ways. And then I was solo for about 2 years. I literally lived right down the street from Break Free about a month after it opened. I moved in right there. So I was around a lot and competing with y'all and everybody. Although I knew y'all since like back in 98, 99. And then about 2013, 14 is when I got in HaviKORO.
No, you weren't in HaviKORO when we did UK Champs?
I wasn't when we
No.
did the UK.
Oh,
tour.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, that's what kind of like led.
Yeah.
Because that was
actually, I think, a
2012.
couple months before, right?
Yeah. You got it
Yeah.
shortly after that.
Mhm.
What year was UK Champs?
2012.
But we did, when I was Vicious Germs, we did freestyle session twice as HaviKORO Vicious Germs.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of stuff beforehand. A lot of stuff. I've always been part of the crew, always family. So
Yep.
Always gotta save life.
Doctor. Look at the doctor.
Scoot over.
He's got a beeper, bro.
That's a doctor. Only doctors carry those.
Oh my god.
All right.
Duty calls.
Native.
All right, young Chris, it's up to you, now,
Hey,
buddy.
what's going down? My name is Young Chris, aka Trap Thomas, as
Oh my.
aka Lamborghini Chris. You know what I'm saying?
Joel,
Oh,
wait a
y'all wanna
second.
know?
Wait a second. Joel just acted like a mother ashamed of her son.
What does lit mean?
It's on fire. But yeah, I honestly don't remember when I joined HaviKORO.
Wow.
I think it was
Whoa.
like 2000. No, hold on. It's
not
like
important.
2011 to 2012. 2011, 2012.
Hey.
Hey,
Bro,
Mario.
hold on.
Oh,
Hey,
let's see in the middle.
we thought we had the oldest member, but now we got the real oldest.
Councilman Jaramillo.
Vote for Pedro.
Loud. Super loud.
Councilman Jaramillo.
Hey, hold on. You got in HaviKORO 2012.
Mario probably
Somewhere
knows.
down the way. That's a lie. 'Cause
Mario.
I don't remember because
You
I got in with
you weren't in HaviKORO when we did the Kyrgyzstan trip in 2008.
no.
No.
You weren't.
Mario, when did
Why
you get
were you
down?
on that trip?
Mario's the one who put him down for you.
Wait a minute. I got invited. Got a plane ticket and I went.
I think we got into an argument because of that.
We did. I was like, why is this guy going
That's
and I'm
cool.
not going?
Sit
and I'm
down,
not
first of
having-
all, sir.
That could have been money. I could have given to the
I
IRS,
didn't,
dog.
I didn't make the decision. I just signed up and went.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
that must have been an argument for real somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
That was a real argument for real.
So cool.
What I missed?
So, yeah.
What's
You
your
missed.
good.
Okay.
No, what's your
All
style?
right, hold on.
What's your style of dance? Who are you,
Oh,
sir?
style of dance, house, freestyle. I tried every style of dance and it didn't really work out for me, but house did. Like it was something about the music that captured my attention and my movement, and from there I just like worked really hard. But I have like a lot of influences from different styles that my fellow brothers right here do, and because I learn literally from everything and everybody, so I make it happen. So yeah.
All right.
Woo. All right.
Professional downhill jet skier.
My name's Jesse.
Put back on the guy you shining right here.
My name's Jesse. I started breaking in '96.
Started welding in '97.
Started welding in '97, and I was friends, childhood buddies with an original Havoc member, Nat and Maya. We were just talking about that the other day, and I'm an original Havoc b-boy representative.
Rest in peace,
as
Nat.
well. Actually, Moy and I are the only active like original Havoc b-boys.
Yep.
So, yeah. But anyway, I was active until about 2004, and then I took a break, and then in 2013 I reactivated my b-boy powers. And
2004 to 2013.
Yeah.
Has that been that long?
Yeah, it
Those
was
are
that
the best
long,
years of
bro.
your life, right?
Yeah, I mean, occasionally, like whenever I was at parties or something, I would go and break anyway. And I was at an event at a Free Press Summerfest Houston, and
Yeah.
I was tipsy, and a cipher started, and there was this guy, and my cousin was like, "Battle that fool, battle that fool." It was that dude Yoda.
Yeah.
He has like dreadlocks or whatever. He's from H-Town. Anyway, I went in there and I remember I cacked him.
You talking about legend?
Legend, yeah.
I'm like, who's,
I don't like
who's
calling
Yoda?
anybody
He said
legend.
Yoda.
And Legend of Yoda is his name, I think.
Oh, legend of
Oda.
Whatever it is.
Got
I don't even know his name.
He said
But
he
anyway,
cacked him.
I remember I cacked him and he looked
Say
back
Yoda.
like, you know.
Yeah.
So. Anyway.
All right, man.
So, you know, that's what I do.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Co-founder of a hip hop flea market. So, you know, that's another thing that I work on as well. And
So folds.
it's also a part of the HaviKORO anniversary weekend. So we'll
Yeah.
get into that. Yeah.
And our late, but very special late.
Traffic.
This guy.
Traffic, yeah.
Who do we have here?
You're the
Robot
oldest and
agency.
least responsible.
Say your name. What year you started dancing?
Ooh, 1936. I started dancing in 1990. I'm Mario. My style is freestyle, or I just like to dance. I do whatever.
Yeah, his name may be Mario, but he don't play no game.
Yeah.
No game.
See what you did.
Mario's like the first guy I saw dance.
And you're a founding member of KORO.
KORO,
What
yeah.
year did KORO start?
93.
93.
Before that, I had a crew called Warehouse. It was like 27 members, and then
Like a
there
warehouse.
was a lot of people in
Yeah,
warehouse.
literally a
and then-
warehouse.
Yeah, warehouse full of people, full of Mexicans, minorities. Nah, then we just broke it up, man. Took the top 5 and made KORO. Knights of the Modesty.
Top 5.
Yo,
1993.
Really quick, we got a lot of people tuning in. So just want to shout out everybody. I know a lot of them, see the messages are still going.
Magnolia.
They had a guy from Brazil who tunes in every podcast, but he
Michelle.
said he wanted to say something to Palmer. He said, how do I be dope just like Palmer?
Oh,
You really
Yeah.
want me to answer
no,
that?
no, no. Let's go to the next comment.
You
Next
can't
comment.
you can't tell people how to be dope.
Yeah, go to the next
We
comment.
need you to be you.
I think it's very simple.
Go to the next
And
comment.
then
Next comment.
No, you want me to
it's
answer
just been going, bro. It's
Hey, look, there goes
now-
Cochino Cano. There goes
Wait,
Nate.
what-
What's up, Nate?
Cochino
There's
Cano.
HaviKORO members on here.
What's up, Gravity TV? What's up, Nasty Nate?
Nate.
Is it Rick
What's up,
Flair
Raglan?
with Havoc?
Yeah, yeah.
Rigo.
He's not,
Wait, what?
He's not a B-boy.
Gravity.
Cosweezy.
Popper.
Yeah, and then okay, Jeremy, you're next.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jeremy.
Nah, I don't want to because.
Okay, I'll go next.
No, y'all gonna feel bad. Like y'all gave all these years, and y'all gonna feel old when I get my years. So.
Dang, Nate's at
Then
court.
I'll say mine. All right,
Bills and babies.
LOL.
you're gonna
No
tell your
contest.
story. I'm
No
gonna tell
contest.
mine.
You want me to go? All right. I'll save you.
Hold on, Jeremy's going
Let's go,
next.
Jeremy.
Come on,
I
Jeremy.
started dancing in 2006. Palmer used to put me in lotus positions and spin me on my back. I remember before I started dancing.
Because he was really flexible back then.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the beginning of it.
That was the beginning of it.
That's
Yeah.
tight.
So I used to watch him dance on pink carpet. He used to have bangs, orange
Man, I
bangs.
love that pink carpet.
Pink
Can I
carpet.
talk? Can I tell my story? So he had orange bangs and he used to spin me in lotus positions, and I used to say that dancing was for girls. And
You
why
used to
did
say that?
Yeah, yeah. I said, why you dance? Dance is for girls, man. And then I went to B-Boy Hoedown 2006, and I saw him lose, and I was like, man, that sucks. I gotta avenge my brother for losing. And I started dancing, and ever since then I've been better than him. So that's my story.
That's an
I got
awesome
down.
story.
I got down in 2000. Same time as Zeshin. I think he said 2009, but it was 2008. It was 2008. It was B-Boy City. We both got down to B-Boy City.
Yeah, I remember.
He's out there.
Yeah, he's a
Going
doctor.
through his pager.
He don't know anything, so
I see him at the front door.
that's my story.
Yeah, my story is I started breaking in '95, middle school talent show, changed my life. I was in a part of a crew called Lunatics, in like right when I started. Ended up getting out because I thought all the members were too old, and I couldn't relate. They were always going to clubs. They were doing the thing. I just wanted to practice and be good. So in '96, started a crew called Havoc. I was a founding member with another member named Maya. That's when I met Jesse and Nat and all these guys. And then we started killing the game. And then from between like 96 and like 98, 99-ish, it was at every local competition, every local contest. It was always Havoc versus Koro, Koro versus Havoc. Sometimes they would win, sometimes we would win. Long story short, one day we just said, let's take this somewhere else. Booked a van like the one we have outside. See, now we own a van. Back then we used to rent the vans. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Leveling up.
Leveling up.
And we all got in, like 30 of us in a 12-passenger van.
Yeah.
Went to B-Boy Summit 99. That was the first event that we traveled to kind of together. We still weren't calling ourselves HaviKORO yet. It was Havoc and Koro. And that event changed our life. You know, we got to cipher and get down with some of the best people on the planet at the time, and that really changed the direction of our crew. And so later on that year, we heard about Freestyle Session 99, so we decided to do the same thing. And that's the first time we ever entered a competition as Havoc and Koro, and the rest is history. We got second place, lost to Rhythm Bugs and Rock Force in the finals, but we ended up beating Style Elements first round. And, now we're here today.
Yes, sir.
20 years later.
Hey, do you still got those yellow shorts?
No.
No, you don't? Or what about that
Iconic,
black
huh?
and, you know what I'm saying?
Iconic. Yeah.
Iconic,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, that
I still
really-
have my original Havoc shirt that we screen printed, and it says Moy right here, and it has Havoc like in block kind of
Is it gray
block
shirt?
You have
graffiti.
that? You have that?
You know what I'm talking about? The one
Yeah.
Chewy
Gray
designed.
shirt?
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
I
Is it
still
a
have
gray
it.
shirt?
It's a gray one.
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
My wife wanted to make it into a fanny pack, but I didn't let her.
No.
It's like, no,
I got a
that's a
question
classic
real quick.
shirt. That's yeah.
Mario could probably explain this because I know a lot of people ask this and I know exactly what it means, but tell them how or why Koro, the name. Where it came from.
Legend of Yoda.
All right, so the name, it was three of us that kind of came up with the name. So I don't know if you know this about Blast. Shout out to Blast, but Blast is really heavy into like film and just dark mystery, mystery type stuff. He just likes looking up stuff. So he came back. We were trying to find a name for the new group, the crew, and he was like, "Hey, what about this name, Koro? It's a Japanese curse, and it means that your penis goes back into your butt." I don't know what. It's something weird.
How do you?
It's a cultural psychological.
Wait.
It's so weird. It's so
Wait.
weird.
It's a what?
You guys told me when I first met y'all, yeah, that Koro, it means spiritual journey.
No. That's the acronym. So the word Koro is a Japanese word.
No, I know
It
that.
has a whole different meaning.
I thought it was for one. I heard before that it basically meant one hitter quitter.
No,
Japanese.
no. So
How did I hear about that?
So we liked the word,
So
we liked the way it sounded, Koro. So we were like, let's make an acronym. We were at this restaurant in my neighborhood, and I was like, Nights of Rhythm, and then we were just stuck on Nights of Rhythm. And then Jablas's brother was like, Odyssey. We were like, yeah, that's dope. So we looked it up. We saw the meaning. It's a spiritual, physical, and mental journey marked by fortunes of good, and it just came together.
With a men's
Man.
private part
In the butt.
converting into a backside.
Yeah, but we
I think
Awesome.
we tend to forget about that.
Yeah, we kind of just.
it's part of history.
Hey, and
To
Havoc
the back of our
means-
blind.
Havoc means destruction. We just wanted to just cause some damage. We were all young kids, and we wanted to beat all you guys.
From the ghetto.
We wanted to beat Koro. We wanted to beat Chaos. Freestyle. Every Texas crew known to man. We just wanted to beat.
And the
And
acronym.
then the acronym for Havoc, because acronyms were big like in the 90s.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like everybody would like name themselves or name their crews, and each letter stood for a word of their own. And for Havoc, it was having a vicious, indestructible crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Dang.
Yeah,
But
we did
instead
that
of-
thing.
Dang.
And then we got together, and it was Knights of Rhythm Odyssey, having a vicious, indestructible crew.
I like that.
That's the
and,
best.
and then we were like, okay, we got to get rid of these acronyms because that's way too long.
That's the best crew name of all time.
So in 2020, HaviKORO is going to switch to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
And what's that stand for?
It stands for spiritual journey.
And going back, your penis going back into your butt.
And then the conversion of the backside, it's backwards. So it starts to happen.
I think that's a perfect segue to Palmer's origin story on his name.
Nah, man, y'all tripping, bro.
Yo, so
What's up to Raglan? Shout out to Raglan.
oh, late. He's been saying that for like 5-10 minutes already.
Oh, Urban Butt.
So that's
What's up, Zeke?
that's a quick backstory on some of the HK members here. So if you're tuning in or watching live on YouTube, you know we're sitting here with HaviKORO crew, Break Free Podcast, just kind of just trying to live up the spot with some amazing things that are going to be happening in the weeks to come with the 20th anniversary of HaviKORO crew. Real quick, guys, before we move into some deeper conversations, does anybody have any cool or funny stories or memorable stories they want to share? Let's keep them short. We're trying to keep this podcast as short as we can, and we know we got like 50 of y'all on the
I got
platform.
one. Before we were HaviKORO, we went to B-Boy Summit '99 on Greyhound. Havoc did, and Koro went.
And if you don't know what Greyhound is
rented a
is
bus.
a bus.
Yeah, they rented a van or whatever, and Havoc actually didn't have a ride back to Houston, right? Did we? Or we got our
No,
money
we
back.
did. No, we did. We did, but we were like, let's just roll with Koro.
But they were already loaded up in the van. It was already like 16 of them in an 18-passenger
And
van.
I remember 2 hours in, I was like, dang, I should have took the Greyhound.
Yeah, I slept in the crevices of the door and the seat,
Same place.
like that little step. That's where I slept. But it was a really dope road trip, and it was fights. There was all kinds of stuff, but the chemistry was there, and I think that's kind of where
I remember,
HaviKORO-
I don't know if it was Blaz or Joe or somebody threw a bottle from the back of the van all the way to the front and popped coconuts in the face.
In the face.
And then we pulled over the van. They were about to box. Fight! Everybody's fight!
And so check this out. So on our way back, a lot of us didn't have enough money to put gas in the van. So we went to the boardwalk and we did a show, and we didn't have a radio. So we did like a hand
Soul
clap,
clap.
remember? Soul clap. And everybody threw like 2 rounds apiece. People just started gathering around, throwing money into a hat. And we got that money and we used that for gas.
that's tight, yeah.
I remember what our first.
We were there for the riot too.
Our first embassy trip. I think we went to go get some drinks. We drank too much. It was in Azerbaijan, and we were dancing in the living room because they rented us a house, but it was somebody's house, right? And so we're sleeping in this house, and we're like dancing. We moved the couch around, but I think when we moved the couch, like it fell apart, like everything fell inside the couch. And something happened to Coca's where he was walking around the kitchen and thought the kitchen was the bathroom, and it was peeing in the kitchen. Anyway, long story short, they kicked us out of the house. We had to move somewhere else the next day because the house was all tore up.
All right. Any other stories?
Okay.
All right,
give it up for Mario.
Show is taking a twist.
Any other stories?
I remember
Raglan was where Raglan got hurt on the way back.
3 extra days and went to go see Petra.
Oh, there you go.
That's
What
pretty
does that
cool.
to do with HaviKORO? Nothing.
Wait, what are you gonna say, Rick?
Because I went on.
We went to B-Boy City, and on the way back, we had a egg fight on the freeway with Chaos B-Boys.
An egg fight.
Egg fight. I don't know. Somebody stopped for eggs, and
I remember that.
Chaos ran into the store and we're like, "What are they going to get?" They're like, "They're going to go get eggs." So then we
We
went
gotta
to
get some eggs too.
a different store to get eggs, and then we made like this huge, like what we call a bomb. We put like toothpaste and shaving cream, and then we stopped on the side of the freeway and just started throwing eggs at each other. And I think Chaos didn't want their car to get messed up, so they reversed it on the freeway. And Raglan was in the back of the car, and he bounced off the car. And we didn't know how hurt he was until we got to Houston, and his knee was like that big, and there was like a big dent in the back of the trunk of the car. I think that's the last time Raglan danced.
Shout out to Raglan.
That was impressive.
Well, my favorite memory. Well, I wasn't even in HaviKORO yet, but it was when it was that freestyle session on the ship when I saw the guys battle Rocksteady crew.
Okay.
That was probably one of the.
That's 2004 Queen Mary's,
that-
right?
The
On the Queen
beginning.
Mary.
Nobody knows the beginning of that battle though, but it was Marlon, and he was messing around. I think with
Technique, right?
Yeah, with Technique and Venom, just messing around.
Yeah.
And it kind of got heated and everything, and they started talking mess. And Joe was right there. Fat Joe was right there, and Marlon tells it starts getting heated, and more of the Rocksteady crew guys start showing up, and Marlon tells Joe, "Hey, we're gonna battle Rocksteady. Go tell everybody." Then Joe, if you remember that freestyle session, like you had to walk upstairs and like go all the way around it. It was like that.
Yeah, you had to
and
make
then
a
you
big,
go up.
like, yeah.
So Joe was literally running around the whole shit. Hey, we're gonna battle Rocksteady. We're gonna battle Rocksteady. HaviKORO, where you at? I'm like, what? We're gonna battle Rocksteady. So I run up there. There's already a circle for him. You see Legs right there. You see Easy Rock. You see Technique. You see Coolski. You
Flea
see
Rock.
all those dudes right there, man.
That's
And
when
we
everybody was in Rocksteady.
Yeah, and we start battling them and
Damn.
everything. And I remember distinctly. I remember. I forgot what Rocksteady crew member. It was two things they said to me. One Rocksteady crew member. I go in for like my second or third round, and the guy goes, "Oh no, not this guy again." He goes, "Grab your leg." And I was like, oh shit, I can't do no threads now because he told me to grab my leg. And then I think after my fourth round, I started getting tired or something like that. So I sat down the cipher like this, and then Legs was right across. He's like, "I'm 54 years old and I'm not sitting down. Get up!" And I was like, and I go. But man, that was such a good story, man. It was dope, man. But
It's like
yeah,
you had to honor what Rocksteady said.
I had to
right?
honor what he said, man. He said get up. I had to get up. I was in crazy legs, man. What you want me to say, dude?
How old were you then? 2004.
I had a full set of hair.
You owe nothing to the
15
the
years
IRS.
ago.
15 years ago?
Was it 15 years
15
ago?
years
bro?
ago.
Wow.
So you were 18 years old.
Something like that, yeah.
You can't do the math. You're 33 now, right?
Something like that. Wow,
You're 33, so
bro.
you were 18.
Yeah, so we did that though. We beat Rocksteady though to end it. My story.
Any other memorable stories from anybody?
Y'all were at B-Boy Summit '99. That's where y'all were talking about that trip y'all were going to, right?
Yeah, I remember B-Boy Summit in '99 when we went. They had a 2-on-2, and I know Rock Force. If you followed Rock Force for years, it was like the two main ones was Vietnam and Jeff.
Yeah.
They were winning everything, right? And so I remember they signed up. Everybody else signed up, and John had asked me. He was like, "You want to do it?" I said, "Let's do it." Man, we didn't even make top 16.
Hey, y'all
So,
made it to the video though.
We made it to
Yeah.
the video,
We
though.
made it
Got
to
that
the
little
video.
highlight
Oh,
clip.
and that's
Not a lot of people know that though.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm
so-
saying?
I have
Um,
I actually have the photos of that.
Really?
It's very
Don't you have
dark,
camo
but I have
shorts
the
on?
photos of
I
it.
had a camo thermal long
There you
sleeve,
go.
With the
and I had
Adidas.
some
I'm a
white
geek.
Adidas
I
shorts.
know my stuff, dude. I know what
and
you're
a white
wearing
Adidas
back
shorts.
then.
You have this photo. You're gonna share it.
I got the photos.
You know, but yeah, it was a crazy story because now you think about it. Like now, it's like a lot of people think that, you know, these guys, oh, they're gonna make top 16 or they're gonna make top. Then we didn't even make it, you know. But we were still like we were still coming up, and I still felt at the time that we were doing a lot of stuff that people weren't doing. I just felt like in some political way that they just kind of overlooked us because we were
non-traditional.
Yeah, we just we just weren't nobody, like, you know. And then there was all these big names that entered. You know, and then
Camille and Ivan battle.
Yeah, and then Vietnam and Jeff, they go out to win in this event. You know what I mean? So like it's pretty crazy. Yeah. And that's kind of the next thing I wanted to get to was, you know, what's the, like, especially for like Mario, Rick, you know, Beast, Joel, Jesse, like what are some of the differences that you guys have seen from like when you guys started to where Breakin is now? And I know this question is asked a lot, but what are your thoughts on it? Views?
Oh man,
Be real. Be 100.
Honestly, like back, this is before VHS tapes. We were like, you had a rep just on like rumors, man. Like I remember I used to show up at a club like, oh, I heard you had 890s. Like, no, like
that's so true.
You know,
that I used to hear that all the time.
Yeah. And I used to hear like crazy stuff. Like I'll never forget this. I went to a club. There was a guy who was acting like he was me. Yeah, dude.
What do you mean? Like he had a Mario name tag?
No, he was a tall white dude, and I walked up and I was dancing, and then he was dancing next to me. And I was, hey, what's up, man? I was just being friendly.
Did you say I'm Mario?
And I said, hey, what's your name? He goes, I'm Mario from Warehouse. Like, what? I'm Mario from Warehouse.
Wait a minute.
No way.
Yeah, but we didn't get a lot of information.
He was getting clout off your name?
Yeah. Because he was over there in Clear Lake, and I wouldn't go out there that much. But yeah, but you know, back then it was a lot of rumors, and then you know, a lot of it was like, you know, when you actually had to stand up for yourself, like, you know, whoever witnessed it, that was the record. Like there was no VHS, there was no video.
The crazy thing back then too is like if you were gonna battle somebody, you almost had to mentally prepare, like we might fight after this.
Yeah, that too. You know, there was a lot of that too. So.
It's not like that.
Obviously,
no more.
social media is a bit, and YouTube changed a lot of stuff. But
hey, but at the clubs back then, y'all, they were playing freestyle music and stuff like that.
Oh
all the
yeah.
time? Like that's all they were playing, or were they playing like
break?
Yeah,
I mean,
they would play everything.
So y'all would be battling to just whatever they
came on.
Sometimes you have to wait for the song. Like,
yeah,
you know,
you would wait for those.
There was Nirvana, and then there would be Arrested Development, and then there would be like house music and techno music.
So if Nirvana came on, you'd just be standing there across the room. You better, man, this next song,
I like
freestyle
Nirvana.
song.
I like Nirvana, but wait for the song.
Yeah, that's
you know,
cool.
and also like a lot of the swag and the finesse was different back then too, because back then you would walk in, it was like you were the rock star, you would chill, you wouldn't even bust a move until the right song came on, and then you do your thing, and then you leave.
So you think there's something?
Now it's like you go show up in practice clothes and.
Now if you dance, if you go to a club and you try and break, you look like a goofy. Like everyone gonna look at you like everyone's gonna look at you like what the?
There's no more
mystery.
What's this guy doing? Like there's no more mystery now. Like
there's
no
mystery.
No. There's some people. There's some people that have it. You know, there's some people that have that star quality. But for the most part, a lot of people are not carrying that finesse into the scene. They're just like, I'm gonna come here and practice. You know, like,
I think for me,
that's a perfect way to put it.
I think for me, if I had to compare, I would say that you purposefully practice to not look like someone. You know, and if you did, your homeboys would be like,
yeah, no,
Crumbs does that, or remind us that, don't do that, bro, don't do that. And so you automatically have in your head like, man, I can't twist like that because that's how he goes. You know, I gotta go the other way, or I gotta.
There's
so that's how you develop style,
there's
right?
a lot of repetition.
And now I see a lot of people say, man, I love the way he breaks, and they break like him, and they're like, man, you're getting good, you're breaking like him now, you know, and it's like, oh man, I'm in a contest now.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
the formula now, to look like everybody else so you can win a big competition.
So people's mindset are just in a different place nowadays, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care about that stuff nowadays. You know,
priorities.
They don't have their homeboys checking them. You know,
and I don't think it'll go back to that either. I think that's part of it. Like it's become a herd, and then you got a few people that'll become quality, you know, like stars and stuff, but everyone else will just follow, and it's just the way it's turned into. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think it's morphed into that.
I like what Palmer said about the mystery, because back then you used to go to jams and you didn't know what people had. You know what routines they had, what moves they had. You didn't even know like how good they were.
Back then, nobody even cared about routines.
Yeah.
The only routines that we would do was in shows.
Factor. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the mystery factor of it was like still like, you know, you could show up and have all this stuff that nobody, you know, knew. But now, I mean, you could just look it up real quick
and that's what made
somebody's whole story.
That's what made Koro and Havik special, especially when we got together, because everybody in the crew was an individual, and their approach was different from the next. You would see a lot of crews, all the crews will dance the same. The whole crew would dance the same except for like maybe one guy. Yeah. But in our crew, everyone had their own approach to it. You know?
Multiple house dancers, they all had a different style. Multiple b-boys, they all had a different style, and nobody ever tried.
It's like you said that the Brazil guy that was on the chat right now. He said that one of the things that he likes most about HaviKORO is that everybody has their own unique style. You know, and that's still being our name is still carrying that phrase after all these years, you know.
And that's why I wanted to ask too, because I don't, you know, I know we're all older. We all kind of are right in our own lanes, and you know, taking care of families, taking care of our businesses, every idea that we have, we're trying to make it come to life, right? And so we don't spend a lot of time like the way we used to when we were kids. When kids, you know, kids have a lot of time, but you know, this is a great reminder of, because you know, we got the anniversary coming up next weekend, but this is a great reminder that, you know, the stamps that this crew has laid out throughout the years. You know, I still travel all over the world to this day, and everyone was like, man, if it wasn't for HaviKORO, I wouldn't be doing this. And I'm just like, it's still crazy to hear, because you know, the impact is very, very strong. You know, when I hear people be like, well, I started breaking Muay because I saw Lords of the Floor, you and Little John against K-Mill, and you know, like stuff like that. It's like those are big moments, you know, and to us it's like it was just part of our life. It's not but the impact that the name has, and that's why I've always said is like it's important to in essence live up to it in some ways. I know we can't maybe get involved in ways we'd like to, right? But to let people know, and I think this is a great opportunity, you know, with doing the podcast and hearing some of you guys' story, because a lot of people may not know of Jesse, or they may not know of Rick or Mario or Jeremy or myself. They may not know certain stories. So, you know, whatever stories we can share in this little amount of time makes a lot of sense for people, and they appreciate it.
I think that's a good segue to bring up. Somebody had asked in the chat before, but as y'all know, it's up for debate. And in the coming days, it's going to be announced if Breakin's in the Olympics or not. So I know this goes hand in hand with what he just asked, like what y'all views about back then and now. And if I could ask something before, ask y'all specifically about the Olympics, I think that history repeats itself. And I think you can label nowadays and how people prioritize breaking where they go as one thing, and in the 90s it was different. But I think eventually the priority is going to shift back to that. I don't know when, you know, and maybe the question now is, do you think if breaking was in the Olympics, it would push it more towards people chasing fame, or do you think it would be, when do you think it'll go back to that golden age, and what role the Olympics you think plays in that, you know what I'm saying? Because I think when people talk mess about the Olympics, that's the thing that they talk about the most. They're like, oh, it's going to destroy the culture, or it's going to take the art form out of it, and he just had a talk about it yesterday. He said something really dope. I saw a lot of people quoting him. Is like, if you're worried about that, then you go on that platform and you show the art form, and you be the art form.
No,
you know?
and to add to that, 'cause I didn't see that, but I think it's the perfect opportunity for this to happen right now.
Yeah, man.
Because all the information's out there. You know, all the legends are still alive. You know, all the information's out there. Like, if you really want to like dig deep and get to the foundation of your style, you could get that. You know what I'm saying? It's the perfect time to do that. And I think it's a great opportunity for these young dancers to make a living, man. It's about time. Because we've been broke for long enough already. You know what I'm saying? Like, there needs to be more opportunity for these guys to make a living from their dance.
Yeah, I also said yesterday that why I think it's a great opportunity is that there is immediate value that is added to our dance or to our culture. You know, Breakin, you know, labeled the street dances, it's immediately, you know, looked down upon because it comes from the street. But, you know, once you have, you know, a name like the Olympics tied to it, then there's that immediate value, and people can appreciate it a lot more. People can look at you and not worry about how you dress and how you look, you know. I remember, you know, being at the Youth Olympics, it was such a great success, but I did have one negative story about it. And the one negative story was I got into a discussion with a girl who was on a fencing team. She was a fencer. Right? Y'all know what fencing is? Yeah. And so it's like, you know, some people don't know. You know, some people is like basically these people poking each other with swords, right? Like and she was like, wow, you know, the competition, you know, the breakdancing competition was awesome, but how come, you know, why were they dressed that way? You know, aren't breakdancers supposed to have like tracksuits? And she was like, the hats are cute. I like that. You know, that's how she was talking. And immediately I'm like, you just don't know any better. You're just looking down upon it and seeing it the way you see it. But once it's really included on that platform, and people aren't going to be able to talk because I've been in some recent emails just kind of discussing this whole conversation, and when you think street dance, there's probably over 100 million people who are street dance enthusiasts on this planet. Believe it or not, some kid who just got on YouTube and was like, wow, I want to do this and do that. Well, now with the Olympics in place, it really legitimizes what they could potentially become or what they want to do, and I think it's a great opportunity. But we want to hear your thoughts. Yes, we're always going to be skeptical because we want it to be the best. We know where we come from and where it comes from, so we want to keep that essence alive. But at the same time, I don't see it any different than any other BC1, any other silverback. It's the same thing. You know what I mean?
It's only happens every 4 years?
Yeah, and that's why I stated that it's like if you're so worried about your art form being preserved, go show your art form. You're the preserver of your art form. You know what I'm saying? So
and your art firm.
Yeah, and your art firm. Art firm. But that's kind of my take on it. I know Mario spoke on it, but Palmer.
Yeah, the public is gonna think whatever they want to think, and there's nothing that we can really do to stop that. Because there's going to be a million of those fence girls that are going to, have their opinion and take on what we're doing, right? So the only thing that I would think that would concern me, and it's not even really a concern, is like already, and it ties back to what we were talking about, like how we grew up dancing, how our crew, like, expression and us showing what we really have really deep down inside of here in our hearts. We're letting that come out. I feel like if it goes to the Olympics, it'll be that much more easier for people to follow a formula, because they'll be like, okay, they're going to put a judging criteria on it, right? And they're going to be like, okay, well, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do that. And it's going to be so much more easier for people to just be clones, and it takes away, their journey into this dance, and that's what concerns me, is that, a lot of people are going to miss what
that's already happening.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's not really like, the Olympics' fault or anything. It's just going to push it more up there to where people will follow a formula so they can get that win. But it's really not, it's up to the individual. It's up to the individual to look at that and be like, no, well, I have something, this is my art, like you just said, like, this is my art form, and if it's good enough, it's going to win. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's going to, a lot of people are going to miss out on that journey if they try and follow that formula and just try and get the win, and just be about that, instead of it being this, lifelong journey that we've all been through, you know?
Shout out to all the HaviKORO babies screaming in the background.
Babies and bills. That's my son.
You know what's interesting too is
Hi JJ.
There's literally a whole crew over there. There's like 6 of them.
I didn't start dancing until I was 16, so a lot of these kids now are born into the culture. We were just kind of, we found it. I saw Mario dancing, so we found it some kind of way, and it just drew us in. But a lot of these young cats now are just born. You see these guys that were little now, and they're like, grown now. So I think we're just in a weird time, and it's new, it's fresh, it's scary to people, but I think it just needs to evolve. When we first started dancing, 390s was you were a god, and now there's 2290s, and
yeah, honestly, with the skill level nowadays, there deserves to be like an Olympics for. Because the skill level's so high now.
It just has to evolve.
How long did it take for skating to get to where
skating's talking about being in the same.
So skating will make its first Olympic, besides the Youth Olympics, because that was the first time it made its appearance on the Olympic platform, just like breaking did, but at the Youth Olympics. But it's going to make its first official appearance on the Olympic platform in 2020 in Tokyo. So next year.
But wasn't breaking also supposed to be in like X Games and stuff like that? Like.
There's always been like discussion about the Olympic discussion has been going for years as well, but now it's in the hands of the IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee, and so now it's like real deal. Before it was the discussions
speculation.
And speculation was amongst the community,
right,
and certain members that were close to certain IOC members or whatever, but now it's official. I mean, you can Google breakdancing Olympics 2024, and there's a lot of content. There's a lot of information out there right now. There's official articles that have been released, and to our knowledge, that they're supposed to be releasing an official statement if it's going to be included or not in the next couple days.
Wow. Nice.
So I have a few thoughts on the Olympics.
Do you?
Because we're on the topic. I'm not an Olympic denier, all right? Just because I haven't shared that little thing yet doesn't mean I'm against the Olympics. In fact, I mean, how can I be against the Olympics? This is...
You're too old to even compete in it anyway.
I'm too old to even compete. At the end of the day,
You're going to get hired so you can mentally train
But
psychiatrists.
I just want to, be honest with my feelings about it, because I think a lot of people are feeling the same way. It's like we all agree that it's this new opportunity, that it's going to be open up so many doors, but I think people can have mixed feelings about what kind of changes it can bring, as far as like the approach to the culture and kind of the trends, the changes to the trends and the things that I hold valuable and things I love about the dance. Not to say that it's gonna be bad, but it's just fears that I have. And I think some of the worry is that really with the Olympics, it's going to be such a big influence. Like the name of the Olympics is so huge compared to even like BC1.
Yeah, of course.
So I could see this being as like a really big source of influence that can really kind of change the direction of how people approach breaking, kids that are doing it.
Yeah.
And I just hope, deep in my heart, that what is the root of this dance, the funk, the bounce, the feeling, the expression, that's going to be looked at and rewarded. Because at the end of the day, there's going to be a committee. It's going to be a group of people, an oligarchy, whatever you want to call it, that's going to decide what's going to be rewarded in what wins. And, people are going to want to win. In fact, people might now only train for the Olympics. I mean, I don't know, but it's just...
another thing I said with Taekwondo last night is that going back on the art form thing is like we're the representation of breaking culture. We're the representation of hip hop. We take that and we understand. I understand that the Olympic name can change, someone's way of thinking or someone's approach, but that's the person's fault. It's not the Olympics' fault. And I truly believe that, because I think a lot of the decisions that we make are based on what we think and what we act upon. They're not based on what someone tells us what to do. I remember growing up, a lot of people told me, don't do this, then don't. I still went to go do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you make a very, very good point in terms of, how people can see breaking and maybe that they may be the only thing to train for. The way I look at it, to me, that's fine. I think there's some people today in the current state of breaking. There are certain people that break just because they love to do it, and then there's some that just want to compete, and that's cool, But I think that if you could find the balance between both, then you've really truly found the art form, I want to talk about. Let's just say Zeku. Zeku, who is a big, advocate for like. This is my life. I'm a competitor. Much props to him. I mean, he's an amazing kid at what he does. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. But who are we to knock down, how he sees breaking? And one of the main things I want to discuss is that's why educators of the dance, leaders of the culture are important. And that's why, when people feel like they can be left out because of the Olympic platform, I think it's absolutely a false way of thinking, because now I feel like it's going to include so many more people. It's going to include many more people because, people are going to need to be coached. They're going to need to be taught. They're going to need to be trained. And I wasn't joking, even from a psychiatric standpoint. Like, there's so much that comes in place. I mean, there's athletes who has life coaches and people that are telling them, hey, you got this. Because it does get stressful. I've done competitions and, man, them things stress me out more than my bills. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you view it. And again, there's even a lot of things that I'm kind of skeptical about, but I believe in change, and I believe that it'd be a great opportunity in the long run.
You're only gonna get left out if you let yourself get left out. 'Cause there's gonna be so much opportunity. I think.
Palmer's looking to be a thread coach for anybody out there.
Oh yeah.
You need threads.
You need threads to win gold. Hit up Palmer.
PalmerThread.com.
Don't bite that Palmer Pena.
But I think if I could add what Palmer was talking about a little, and what Zeshin was saying, and I said this for what Palmer said, but like the main concern, like what Zeshin expressed about this governing body, whoever it may be, influencing and having a major influence on whether it be young b-boys or the entire scene, it's happening already. Like Olympics might make it bigger, but there is, like, people joke about the B Illuminati or like there's no governing body and there's no set people at a table talking about this. But it's the same thing with any culture and scene. There's people, whether it be promoters or anybody at the top, who make influence, and whether it be through judging systems or throwing events. Like, this is the influence we have, or media channels, the top media channels. That's the influence on the scene, you know.
Yeah.
So I think we talk about this on the podcast a lot, but the way the scene is now, and we talked about it with how things were back then and how they are now. Like, there's a different priority nowadays. Like with social media and everything, people more so are looking to do things that get them fame quickly, rather than developing something more long term now. And I think that's across the board with any art form. If you look at fashion, or you look at art scene, or if you look at any art form, that's what those art scenes are encountering within the scene, because of just the modern world and how we live in nowadays.
Yeah.
So I think the Olympics and anything that happens, any platform that's introduced to the scene, it poses its problems. But kind of to echo what he said, like, if you're doing something already that is essentially in your own world bigger than the Olympics, like use Break Free for example. Like, whether the Olympics exist or not, Break Free is still going to continue to do the things that it does. And on a smaller level than that, whether Olympics exist or not, I'm gonna continue to get down in my garage. I'm gonna continue to get, battle. You're gonna continue to get down. Everyone's gonna continue to do their thing. That's never gonna be lost,
And that's what I mean. It, like, the way I look at it, even though it's such a big name, right? It's such a huge governing entity, but at the same time, Breakin is Breakin, and Breakin will always remain Breakin. And if you want to do it, do it. If you want to be on the Olympics, go ahead. If you want to play tiddlywinks on the outside with your friends,
Tiddlywinks.
do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But
for me,
you know.
it's like, and I've told Jeremy about this too, because we've gotten into arguments with it about it, like, because to me, like, when you enter a competition or when you get in a cypher, it's like a little game that you play, right? And you're trying to win that game, but some people ain't good at the competition game, and some people are good at the cipher game, right?
Right.
So, what is the name? It's the Olympic Games, right? I mean, just think about how dope it would be if somebody was good enough, that's a quote-unquote cipher b-boy, that went up against a quote-unquote competition b-boy on the Olympic stage, and it showed
Sparked the debate.
Showed how diverse our dance can be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody like Zeku versus, like, just Why Not or something like that, and they both have two amazing rounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that would just be insane, like, for both. And then at the end of the day, like, would it? Yeah, it'd matter for the person, because they wouldn't win the gold medal if they lost. I was gonna say that, but just for you to be on that platform showing that side of the dance, you know what I'm saying, would be a win in itself. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
So, like, for people that get salty and say that, no, they're not going to be able to do this, they're not going to be able to do that, I think it's just that they get a little mad that, like, they can't see themselves going up there and killing it like that. Because it's hard, man.
And
it's hard. Like,
I think that's
it's hard for somebody to go in a competition setting and have all the eyes on you, have the lights on you, and then you still dance like you're dancing with your boys in the garage. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's a game that you have to play, and it's a game that you have to figure out how to win. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I can
and
sit
this
here.
This game would be at the highest level,
Yeah.
dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I can sit.
It's on a world
sit here
stage.
and also debate that, like that. I mean, agree to that, to where it's like, man, if Olympics come around 2024, I'm gonna be 40, 41 years old.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be hard for me to compete with some of the younger kids who are training every single day, who don't have kids and don't have a business and don't have a job.
You still might get gold. I don't know.
Nah, man.
Well, you train, bro.
But it's just one of those things. It's like, people got to know their roles.
Exactly.
And the times are changing. And you can't be mad at the kids for coming up, man. There's kids that are doing things now that took me 10, 20 years to do, but they'll do it in 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So
They ain't got the
like
style,
you can only be proud and applaud that. And if they don't have or they don't know what you know, then that's when we have to be an educator.
Yeah.
That's when we have. That's why Break Free exists, and I think that's why, more opportunities will come. Not because there's going to be an injection of capital to this entire community, and there's going to be a ton of money that anybody can play for. No, now it awakens a lot of bodies that aren't doing much or not contributing to the competition world, because these people are going to be needed. People are going to really need to step up and teach and educate and lead by example, because of the kids, the only thing they're going to know is how to go out there and win. Yeah. But they're not going to know how to speak, or they're not going to know how to talk about the history. They're not going to be able to do that. But to be an ambassador for an entire, let's just say, quote unquote, sport, you got to know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if these kids don't know what they're talking about, eventually the media is going to hit them where it hurts. And that's why the educational components are going to be also, I think, very, very big for us. And I think they're going to spread out nicely to where, the opportunity would start to wake up a lot of bodies that aren't doing much right now.
So this is where we're going to segue into HaviKORO anniversary. We're going to throw the first Olympic tryout. So if you really want to, it's going to be this March 2nd. You know what I'm saying? Like,
HaviKORO anniversary. When that,
yeah, man. So
if
you win the HaviKORO anniversary, March 2nd,
HaviKORO Olympics.
You already have a spot in the Olympic Games.
March 2nd,
read
Olympics.
Fine print. Printing at the bottom too.
The Houston Olympics, March 2nd.
The fine print.
But March 2nd, well, actually the whole weekend, March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we're going to have the HaviKORO 20-year anniversary weekend.
Yeah, so now let's talk about that. Let's talk about, the anniversary coming up. It's 20 years.
20 years, bro.
20 years in the game.
20 years, bro.
There's kids that are breaking that are 18.
20 years, my dudes. 20 years, my dudes.
Sir, can you sit down,
my
please?
dudes.
Sir.
Hey, nah, man. You're scaring me. I love y'all guys,
USA
bro.
Global Industries, this is Josh.
I got tatted on me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, who all got HaviKORO tats? Wait, who all got HaviKORO? I got one.
Hold on.
Who got HaviKORO tats?
I got one right here.
He got one on his rib. He got one on his wrist. Zeshin, you got one.
Wait, what?
Right?
You got one?
I got one in Jordan.
Holy!
I got mine
You're
in Jordan.
official. I never knew that. Oh yes.
Yeah, he's had that for
Yes, I did.
Look at Zeshins. Look at Zeshins.
Ooh!
I have it on my head, but it's...
No, I got mine from a dude that
I got mine on my butt. I can't show y'all because we're live on air.
I got mine from a dude that
HaviKORO scars in my
got a.
brain.
I have mine right here.
The guy that did mine.
It was in a hotel in Jordan, bro.
The guy that did mine, I was in Jordan the year before. I think Mario and them went on a trip. Well, he beatboxed the Jordanian national
and got
anthem,
arrested.
and he got arrested.
Yes, I remember that dude.
Because he beatboxed it, and then Mario was like, "We got to get him out."
He got arrested because he was beatboxing?
The national anthem.
The national anthem. They arrested him.
Form of disrespect.
And so,
And I was
Oh my
here-
gosh. And see, some people are getting salty about us being in the Olympics. When some people can't even beatbox, they get put in jail, dog. God dang,
You
man.
don't got a tattoo, Chris? I thought you had one.
I got tattoos, but not a
Not at
That ain't never crossed my mind. I'm sorry.
you're out.
So tell us about the anniversary weekend, man. What's going down? What are the dates?
Who's organizing?
Cash money.
So
What's poppin'?
Who's organizing this thing?
It starts on Friday. We're going to have Monster Night here at Break Free Worldwide.
Yes, sir.
So that's a 2
Oh,
versus
that's
2
gonna be lit.
competition.
That's gonna be
Cash
lit.
prize.
Cash prize.
We'll have Free Radicals.
We have Free
Free
Radicals.
Radicals, a live band
Free
playing.
Hey, actually, Free Radicals. Nick hit me up earlier, so you might want to hit him up. And he was like, "Are there any other openings to play during the HaviKORO weekend?"
There we go.
So I wanted you guys to talk. I didn't know like the logistics, so
Saturdays do it.
So yeah, so that's Friday Monster Night, Break Free Worldwide, 7 to 10, 2 versus 2 battles, DJ Bruce Wayne. Then we go into Saturday, right? Mario, what's
Saturday at
Help me.
Raven Tower Pavilion.
Saturday's the main event day.
Main event, main contest day starts at 2 o'clock.
2 versus 2 breaking.
Raven Tower.
2 versus 2 breaking, 2 versus 2 freestyle, cash prize.
Shout out to all the freestyle dancers in Houston, Texas, man. They've been
Yeah.
going hard these last couple of years.
Man,
Sleep.
they're dope.
Sleep.
They're dope. All the freestyles around the world, man. Everybody's like
Yeah.
high caliber. High caliber.
Calibre.
I have a question. Can I, if I'm a breakdancer, can I breakdance in the freestyle
No, you
competition?
can't.
What? So you're not truly free, huh?
Oh.
This is an Olympic question,
You got your
bro.
own contest.
You got the Olympics, baby. You got the Olympics.
That's a
And
debatable
Sunday-
question.
No, but,
Sunday-
so hold on. Saturday's at Raven Tower. Look it up. Raven Tower.
Raven Tower.
On the north side.
Doors
It's on
open
the
at
north.
2 p.m. right?
2 p.m.
It's on
2
Joey's
versus
Switch
2
side, the
b-boy.
north.
Quote the
Negro battles.
Raven.
2 versus 2 freestyle.
Follow at HaviKORO Crew on Instagram. You get all the details, all the information.
Who's judging?
Or just follow Beast.
We'll
He
have
posts
free,
every 15 seconds.
We'll have free from Circle Fire in the house. We'll have who else we got doing all stars?
All right, Gabriel.
Freestyle.
I'm judging.
Chris.
I'm
Oh,
judging.
young Chris judging.
I'm in the
He
mix.
judges everyone.
Hey.
I'm judging
Trap-
already.
trap-
So
He's
Stop
Mexican.
Saturday be official. Next
And our
Saturday.
B-boy judges, we got Little John.
Yes.
We have K1.
Yes.
And we have Joel HaviKORO.
Yes.
Yes.
Joel.
Wait, do we have, is the Joey Flacco from Houston going to be present or Colorado Joel?
Yeah.
Colorado Joel.
Oh, I like that Joel.
That's the one.
Back to
That's the B-boy one.
We were just in Denver,
He got
and I've
statues.
been there probably like 3 or 4 times in the last year.
a
And every
statue
time
again.
I go, they ask about.
He got
King
statues in
of
Colorado.
Yeah.
Joel, the Ken Swift.
You're the Ken Swift of
Ken
Colorado.
Swift of Colorado.
Colorado.
Joel, you're the impact you've made there still lasts, bro.
Hey, I was walking around
I was
Boulder.
talking to Ray Ray for
I
a
was
while.
walking around Boulder and I was looking around at the architecture and the vibe. I was like, I feel like I'm in Joel's house right now. I could tell the influence.
Well, you know.
Very, very Coloradoan.
So you got
I forgot. Friday night for the adults, we have a pre-party at the flat.
Okay.
So you got Monster Night
Monster
happening, pre-party at the flat for 18 or 21 on up.
21.
Yeah, 21.
21 on up. You had to think about that.
For the adult.
March 2nd is the main event day at Raven Tower. Doors open at 2. 2-on-2 B-boy, B-girl battle. 2-on-2 freestyle. A lot of special guests. What's happening
Bun B will
on
be
Sunday, March 3rd?
Sunday at the Hip Hop Flea Market, there'll be 2-on-2 kid battles.
Ooh, that's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
Cash prizes as well. So
Young
Sponsored by
one.
Resale Folds.
sponsored by Resale Photos. Sponsored by Break Free actually.
Sponsored by
Wait, what?
Break Free Worldwide. What's up, baby?
And then also we're gonna do a like a tribute cipher for Nat and recently Zuriel, who was an original Havoc member. So we'll have like a small cipher, you know, just kind of in honor of them for the weekend. So
That's what's up, man.
yeah.
And then special appearance by Bun Bizzle.
Bun B.
on
Yeah,
Saturday.
at the HaviKORO
Ooh.
anniversary
Yo.
on Saturday, Bun B will be making
Bring your
appearance.
mixtapes. Make your
Underground
sign.
Kings.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I'm just lying. I'm not.
H-Town's
20
finest.
years though, fellas.
H-Town's finest.
20
mixtapes.
years in the game, and some of y'all got like 40 years in the game. Things are moving, boys.
Hey,
Things
that
are
energy's
moving.
still
been
flowing.
music
Wait, how
videos,
many
it's
how
been
many people are
movies.
missing? Like, if you think about like OG
Like
members, everybody, like
20 members.
how many? Who's missing?
There's
Like
about
another, like
25
5 of us. There's like another 5 of us.
We barely had room for 8 of y'all on this stage. There's
Well,
10
here
of
we're
us on
missing-
this
we're
stage
missing
right now.
Marlon, Nasty Nate, who else?
Glass,
Include all OG
Glass,
members.
Joe,
John,
Toby,
Toby, Raglan,
Raglan,
Joe,
Cocuts,
Coca Lorenzo,
Joe, Rick Flavor,
Rick Flair.
Indian Rick,
Felix.
Echo,
Oh my God.
Echo,
HaviKORO, Hector,
Say boy,
Maya,
Kurt.
Sergio,
Hectoro.
Shadow.
Don't forget Hectoro, guys.
Barry, Euro dog.
Recon.
Look, if y'all want to, for any information, just go to the
Recon.
Instagram at
He's gonna
HaviKORO
text me like 6
Crew.
minutes like,
At
"Dog, I'm in."
HaviKORO Crew on Instagram.
So guys, any final words? You know, we got the anniversary coming up next weekend, but any final words to, you know, people that look up to you guys, people look up to us,
I got you.
aspiring young artists, people
Mark.
tuning in, listening, who just
OG
love hip hop.
OG Mario told me this story, man, and it struck me hard because
How hard?
really, really hard. Like it hit me right in my face. Boom. It's always tripped me up because I mean, whenever I first started, I was doing this on the pink carpet. I was doing this in my garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and somehow that energy that I was putting out, you know, it carried me to places I thought I'd never go, man. And Mario told me this story, and it just goes to show you how far it can take you, man. Because he told me a story whenever he first started dancing that they were practicing in a room, I guess with some kid that he asked his dad for him to live with them. And so they would practice in this room, and he said that one time they were practicing so much for so long that it almost looked like the walls were sweating. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that
One of them
struck me
fat
hard.
houses.
That struck me hard, dude, because it's like, you know,
That was
that's-
Joe's
that's-
body.
There's a saying I put on me and Jeremy's floor where we practice. We make this land alive with our sweat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that really means a lot to me because your sweat puts out like it's like it. The way I think about it is like my sweat was like water to a plant. You know what I'm saying? And it helped me grow. You know, it helped me grow, and that energy that Mario put out in that room is still carrying on to this day. You know, through inspiration. You know, through him starting KORO. And then HaviKORO joining together. You know what I'm saying? Like that energy is still carrying it out. You know, we're getting Zeshin in, and getting Zeshin in towards the end of, you know, these last couple years and everything. Me getting in, my brother getting in. You know what I'm saying? It just brought this legacy on that I'm really proud to be a part of. And I know time does a lot of things to everything, you know, and you kind of forget about. Shut up, man! I'm trying to be serious, dude. Y'all laughing, man. And it does something that, man, he never takes anything serious, dude. It's really something special to me, man. Because before I got into HaviKORO, it was the only thing that I wanted, bro. Like only thing that I wanted, and all of y'all knew that, dude. And I got in, and it was one of my life goals, and I did it, man. And it's not like something that I take for granted. I really don't, man. I love this crew. It's tatted on me. You know, I'll always have your backs. I hate some of y'all sometimes, but no, straight up, man. I love y'all, man, and I don't know who the type of person that I would be if I wouldn't have found all y'all and found this dance, man. So I just want to give it up to my
love
crew,
you too,
man.
bro.
I
love you too, man.
Crew, man. Straight up.
We're here, baby. We still here. We ain't nowhere. We ain't gone nowhere. We still here.
I wasn't laughing
we
at
still
you.
battle. We still winning. We still. What's up?
I
was trying to get into it, and you laughed at one thing I said about time because it wasn't the exact right thing to say, dude.
He goes,
Time does something to everything. Okay, it does, dude. I'm gonna die one day because time
Welcome
did
to
something
Palmer
to
and
me.
Jeremy, ladies and gentlemen.
he said,
into the break room.
Wait a second. Wait a second. He said time does something to everything.
Hey, let me announce it something to you.
Yeah.
Because I that we said pretty deep. It was.
You're going to hell,
See,
Jeremy.
there he goes again.
No!
There he goes again, dude. There he goes. That's
Hold
why
on, hold on.
Jeremy
Let
doesn't-
it go.
If you
Go,
notice,
go.
Jeremy doesn't get no judging gigs.
Listen. Well, if you're starting a crew, if you're starting a group, whether it be dancing or anything that you're into, like you have to surround yourself with powerful people. Like all the stuff that I did a long time ago, I already knew that even back then, I was like, I gotta find like lions. You know, I gotta run like a lion pack. You know, because I didn't want a weak pack. You know what I'm saying? So everybody I searched for to be friends with or to combine forces with. When we combine with Havik, those guys were all young lions, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you surround yourself with strong, powerful people, and all you guys are like-minded and have the same vision, you can accomplish anything you want. We're from Houston, Texas, man. Hip-hop did not start in Texas, it started in the East Coast in New York, but yet we were representing the United States, representing hip-hop culture around the world. It happened to us, you know what I'm saying? So that, by far, is a blessing. It shouldn't have happened to us, but it did, and we took that responsibility, and we rolled with it, we ran with it, but it's time for these young bucks to do the same thing, man. And these new guys, the new talented kids here in Houston and all over the world, they're nice, man. And y'all can do the same thing, man. And the Olympics is coming around. You know, there's like awesome kids coming out of Break Free. Like they're gonna change the world. They're gonna change their environment. And that's what it takes, man. You changing your mind, and then changing your environment, and that affects your community. It affects the people around you, and it uplifts your city.
Yes, sir. Yo,
Who's Rico?
Kurt,
Wait.
Kurt, come here, bro.
Shout out
Kurt.
to Big Girl City. Jay Figueroa, Joel.
Make some noise for Kurt, bro.
Shem dog.
Shem dog. Yo, you can sit right here at the bottom of the stage, bro.
What's up, bro?
Sit at the bottom of the stage.
Got your
Yen.
beats. You haven't took your hand out your pocket yet.
Keep that thing on.
Good man.
right here.
Hey,
Hey, tell it.
Hey, good man.
fool right here,
Tell
dog.
them what's going on, man.
I don't get on Facebook too much nowadays, but every time I do, it always seems like somebody posts that IBE clip and there's like a
Okay.
billion comments, bro.
Yeah.
A billion comments.
gotta know-
And I always see somebody being like, man, I was just talking about this fool yesterday. I was
Yeah.
just talking about Kirk at IBE yesterday.
Yeah.
That post,
And that goes to show you how your energy can carry on for years.
Yeah.
Years, bro.
So shout out to Kirk. I know y'all haven't seen him since IBE 2005, but that's the last time I saw him as well.
Here
They
he
posted that
is.
video yesterday, actually.
He said pizza.
Hey, the other day, Kurt, the other day we were talking about that time we went to Tennessee for Bashville, and you win, you had that bald head, right?
Oh, he
Listen.
Oh,
You had your
my
head
gosh.
completely bald. You had your chain, all black outfit, and the whole jam in the corner. You had a Bible open. You was reading Bible scriptures between
brought the
battles
Bible up
the
to
whole
the-
entire time, bro.
And
He brought the
murdered
Bible.
it.
He brought the Bible, and he put the Bible right next to him, and then he freaking breakdance battled.
And the only reason they lost was because Biggest and Baddest had posters of Rock Strike
Yeah.
all in the jam. So of course the judges are gonna vote for them. There's posters of these dudes and stuff.
But he killed it. I'll always remember that, bro. He read Bible scriptures in between battles, bro.
He was wearing the black and gold. Black and gold, black and gold.
Shout out to
He did
Kirk.
demon walks with the Bible in his hand. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, man.
And then he lost, and then after that, he stopped reading the Bible. He's like, this didn't work. I'm not gonna ever do it again.
I remember when we went to Evolution 3, and Kirk battled with his mouth, jaw, his
Wire
wire
shut, like Kanye.
Kanye.
Like Kanye.
Oh, he's the
And
Kanye
he
of
still
Breakin'
ripped
Brian.
Through the
He
wire.
still ripped it.
Still ripped
Through
it,
the
though.
wire.
Hey, how did
Through
you
the
eat
wire.
then?
Smoothies.
Through a straw?
I ate through a straw.
That's the first time the b-boy community ever heard you speak.
Yeah.
I didn't even
I
speak.
hate
Y'all
this
speaking
straw.
movement.
I'm talking about what you just said right now.
Oh yeah. Oh what?
The first words ever heard by Kirk was through a straw.
His own language.
We love you, Kirk.
Yeah, man. So we've been up here, Kirk, for over an hour already, talking HaviKORO stories and the anniversary and all the great things this crew has done in the community, man. But what's up with you? You got any words of advice, of encouragement for anybody out there listening?
Well, I mean, it's we can't. I just came to kind of rock with my youngsters and practice a little bit. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. But what it is, God put everything together how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Got bird wings, fly 1, 2.
Why did you buy all of Kamel's moves when you first started breaking?
Well, you see that all black boys.
Let me tell that.
Let me tell you straight up and down.
Straight up and down.
People should stop putting black b-boys against each other. 1, 2. It ain't nothing like that. Camille, don't been them home for the kids on the curse. That's inspiration.
Hey, I would tell a funny story, man. One of the first times I saw Kirk, I did not like him because we did a show at the Orange Show, and they were like, yeah, and he showed up to do the performance with us, and he did the Kamel spider walk thing. I was like,
Oh yeah.
that's when I was young. I was like, nah, he's a biter. He's a biter. I don't like that fool.
I still do it though. I shows real tough.
You remember in Chicago when we did? I think me and you were judges, right? And he did that boom, that Kanye sound.
Now y'all battle.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, yeah,
He did
yeah,
the
yeah.
spider thing,
I
but
remember
he
that.
was bouncing like a basketball. That boom, 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 boom.
That was a coconuts move. Mario used to bounce coconuts. Remember that?
I didn't. The funny thing is, I didn't call for that. The beat just called itself. And
Hey,
timing.
you were a bird and you
You
flew,
were
know what I'm
flying with the beats, bro. What's up? Anybody else got some more words of advice,
Right before I
encouragement?
joined it was like right before I joined the crew officially. Me and Kirk, we did a 2-on-2 together. It was Raw Texas Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And it was like one of the first times I entered with Kirk and anything. And we were beating everybody. Like I remember thinking like, man, I'm like beating people I've never beaten before. And I remember feeling pretty good about it. But now looking back, it was mostly Kirk.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
I was telling him earlier whenever me and you had a battle to get in against Boy and Marlon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I went down the street in the southeast crying.
Yeah.
The boy had to come catch me on the street.
Hey,
you
Kirk.
were
Hey, Kirk.
Yeah, I was
Kirk,
really
look at me. Look me in the eyes.
Wait, hold up. What happened?
Wait. Kirk, look me in the eyes. Yo soy tu papá. I got you in HaviKORO, dog.
Yeah.
I fought for you.
Hey, I can't.
Hey, wait, hold on. Go back to this. He was
I
crying
fought for
after
you.
that battle?
Yes.
Why? What happened?
'Cause he was down, bro.
You didn't feel like you did good?
Nah, I got tortured.
I got touched up. like a little piece of bacon
Oh,
molded
boy,
on the
hey,
grill.
boy, put a little clinic on you real quick, huh,
I
bro?
got tortured at the time. I didn't understand
bro.
the feeling of what's the word?
Smoke.
Defeat,
Seeing your spirit took out your
smoked,
chest.
burnt.
Hadouken! Hadouken!
Alien attack.
Hey, Crispin Martinez wants to know when you compete again, Kirk.
Does Kirk
Probably
have an
never.
Instagram? Do you have an Instagram?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I do. It's called BZKI.
Okay, we didn't understand any of that.
BZ Kurt.
BZ, 2 letters, BZ Kurt.
Now, I probably will never compete again. I just enjoy teaching youngsters and having fun at this point.
There you go.
That's
Travel
what's
now.
up,
You know,
man.
make music. My wrist is broken in half.
Well, fellas, we're gonna have to wrap this up because
We got
the
kids to
next
feed.
20 minutes I gotta teach,
Yes, sir.
and it's been an amazing moment
20
in
years.
time
It's been good
to
20
see
years.
all of you guys again
I know,
together.
Man. Dang, dude.
March 2nd.
Let's do this again in 20 years from now.
Yeah,
So,
March 2nd.
March
HaviKORO
2nd.
Anniversary. Actually, the whole week.
March 1st through the 3rd.
March 1st through the 3rd.
You can get all that information on
Hey.
Facebook, the event page, HaviKORO 20th anniversary. Just type it in.
I've been in Hawaii.
Hey, Rigo's not feeling my wall sweating story. What if you don't understand it, it ain't for you.
All sweat.
How about that?
Why you gotta end it on that note?
Yeah,
Because,
shout
man.
out to what's up, Ragnar, Rigo City.
Rigo's an OG in the scene.
Huh?
Rigo, you don't know who Rigo is?
I'm just playing.
I'm just joking.
Why you get mad at everybody, bro?
Huh?
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 HaviKORO!
Yo, so
March
everybody
2nd. March
tuning
2nd,
in
baby.
live or just listening on your way home, HaviKORO Crew on Instagram at HaviKORO Crew. Still rocking the show, still rocking the game. Next weekend, March 1st to the 3rd, 20 years of destruction. That's right. Come through, support. March 1st at Break Free, March 2nd at Raven Tower, March 3rd at the Hip Hop Vintage Flea Market.
If you don't
Shout
like
out to
us-
everybody organizing and getting down with the
If
squad.
you don't like us, Bum B will be there on Saturday. So
Yeah, if you don't like HaviKORO, just go support Bum B.
Just go support Bum B.
Shout out, sponsor Monster Energy. See y'all next week.
Shout out to
Tuesday,
Houston Media Source
Houston Media Source.
for connecting us to
Love
the
you
world.
guys.
Hey, he
Trying to
said
remind me not to
he
bring
said
my
like
kids.
Jeremy better.
Next time I won't bring my kids.
Nah, that was good.
Have you ever wanted to have your own TV show? We can make that happen at Houston Media Source. When you walk in the door, all you need is an idea. We have everything you need. Studios, cameras, lights, microphones, and more. All professional quality and state-of-the-art. Get started by attending one of our free orientation sessions every Monday at 6 p.m. at our studios at 410 Roberts near Minute Maid Park. Get more information online at hmstv.org. Make your voice heard with Houston Media Source.